That's okay. Hi, everybody. Let me tell you something as we start our show. It's a little something I thought you should know. So I will tell you, as you settle into place, it's impossible to sing and play the bass. You're a lovely group of people, you deserve the courtesy of knowing what you can expect of me. I've practiced, but it will not mean a thing, 'cause it's impossible to play the bass and sing, 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 sing. You see, the bass is fretless. It's not like a guitar. On bass, you spend your whole life wondering where the hell you are. It's got no little markers, just a fingerboard so bare, and lots of notes which often are not there. Do, 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 do. Then when you start singing, you've got lyrics on your mind, and the notes on bass become impossible to find. To remember lyrics, melodies, bass lines and chords is no less a miracle than the Lord's. So as I make 1,000 errors, sit there and be kind. Do not throw tomatoes at me, keep this all in mind. Remember this is serious, remember this is art. Remember this or I will fall apart. Then as I make 1,000 errors, I forgot about it. Such a long interlude, I forgot. Then when you start singing, you've got lyrics on your mind, and the notes on bass become impossible to find. To remember lyrics, melodies, bass lines, and chords is no less a miracle than Lord's. Wah, 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 wah. So as I make 1,000 errors, sit there and be kind. Do not throw tomatoes at me, keep this all in mind. Remember this is serious, remember this is art. Remember this or I will fall apart. Then I'd have to pray to God to come and intercede, and she'd only sit and laugh at my wanton greed. She made the rules for molecules, atoms, time, and space. She made the atoms, time, and space. She made the rules for molecules, atoms, time, and space. And she knows it's impossible, knows it's impossible, knows it's impossible to sing and play the bass. I heard an owl howling. I think, can you see my daughter down on the porch? No, she's down on the porch. I have to change it a little bit so you can see her. What the hell's my audience? There she is. See her right there? There she is. Boom. Okay, so I'm going to move over a little bit so you can see her. And she's just sitting there taking it easy. Francois Zalakane is here, Monsieur Zalakane. Bill Crow is watching. Bill, I was thinking about you today. I was thinking, who did you play with? Did you ever play with Charlie Parker, Bill? I bet you did, because I certainly didn't. Well done, Jay. Thank you very much. Here we are again. Yes, I'm telling you, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Bill, did you ever play with Charlie Parker? I want to know that, because I never got close. I played with everybody else in his band except not him. He died in the 50s, I believe. Is that correct? Anyway, nice to see everybody. The world is spinning right now, is it not? But even a little Hackettstown. Hackettstown is just a little city out in western New Jersey. We drove through and there were a bunch of kids standing on this, a whole bunch of young people standing on the street, on the sidewalk, holding signs, protest signs. And boy, we beat our asses off as we went past them, and they cheered us. So even in a little town in western New Jersey, people are serious. When I was a little boy, growing up in Baltimore, I used to tell my mama everything, tell her everything and more. I'm telling yourself a soul, but whatever you do, boy, don't lose your soul. As I prepared to leave the nest, growing up in Baltimore, I got to tell her mama less and less than I ever did before. I thought it was my turn to fly like an Oreo. She said, fly to the sky, boy, but don't lose your soul. Every day my mama would pray, 6 children going every which way for the devil. We was mighty fine prey. We was Billy, John, Bowie, Jean, Valerie, and Jay. As I was turning 23, I was at 24. I went out to see a world I never saw before. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, da-da-da-da-da-da. Playing jazz and rock and roll, drinking lots, getting stoned, and losing my soul. I got to feeling bad enough. I went back to Baltimore. I got to feeling bad enough. Dun 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 dun. Every day my mama would pray, 6 children going every which way for the devil, but we was mighty fine prey. We was Billy, John, Bowie, Jean, Valerie, and Jay. Nowadays I'm 79, my hair is growing thin. Still I'm sitting waiting for the good times to begin. Mama's gone and left us now. She reached her final goal. She's saying, do what you want, boy, but don't lose your soul. Every day my mama would pray, 6 children going every which way for the devil. We was mighty fine prey. We was Billy, John, Bowie, Jean, Valerie, and Jay. Say, Billy, John, Bowie, Jean, Valerie, and Jay. Every day my mama would pray, 6 children are going every which way for the devil. We was mighty fine prey. We was Billy, John, Bowie, Jean, Valerie, and Jay. Say, Billy, John, Bowie, Jean, Billy, John, Bowie, Jean, Valerie, and Jay. That song doesn't need all the words. Who needs all those words? Let's see who we got here today. Al Kutson. Tomoko Onam Farnham is watching. Michelle Benson is watching. Jim Riddle. Carolyn, Jim Riddle's watching.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim. Carolyn, that's Carolyn on the porch, Jim. John Asti. Because the world is changing. For the better we hope. Absolutely. Well, they're working hard, these people. I mean, my grandson, Fawn, he was just on the internet with his class. You know, they have meetings and things, and they were all discussing. This is a public school on the east side of Manhattan, just in the bottom part of Harlem, and very good school. You know, the kids are smart, and they were all discussing what's happening in the world today. Not, you know, with the George Floyd travesty, and these kids are 11 years old. And boy, it was great to hear them talking, because they, you know, boy, they understand. They understand. And Vaughn was saying that, Vaughn piped in that Martin Luther King, for everything he did, he was nonviolent. And he doesn't know that violence is really the answer. And all these 11-year-old kids. But, you know, I was thinking, you know, it does get people's attention when you start burning up cars. For better or for worse, people say, wow, but I don't know if it does any good. I don't know if it does any good or not. I mean, I understand it shows how angry everybody is. Albuquerque, the world is changing. John Estey, Jim Riddle, Michelle Benson, Tomoko Ono Farnham. Good evening, Jay. Good evening, sir. She says, good evening, Tomoko. Michelle Benson. Anyway, good one, Jay. Thank you. Well, it's close. I've forgotten most of the words, but you know, it almost doesn't matter. Here's a song I absolutely love. Every time I play this song, it's by Thad Jones. Every time I play it, I just find this melody just as attractive and fun. And today, it's called 3 in 1. And today, excuse me, I'll be right. I was thinking, I've been thinking for a while, what does that title mean? What does 3 in 1 mean? And what occurs to me is, how old are your kids, Thad? 3 in 1. Could be. But it seems like the very logical explanation. If anybody knows another word for, hey, Bernie Feinberg, how are you? If anybody knows another answer to that question, what does Thad's 3 in 1 refer to? Because I think it means, it could mean, his kids were 3 in 1. But I love this song, and it's a great exercise for a bass player. That's not how it goes. reminds me of Thad. I got to know Thad a little bit when I was younger. Played a couple times with him. And he used to play with his quartet, with Roland Hanna and Thad and Mel Lewis and with Jerome Richardson. And I played a lot of quintets with him. I played with his band 6 times, something like that. But what a lovable man. What a wonderful man. He was absolutely great. Yeah, I know you love this tune, Tomoko. I know you do. We're going to play it, too. Matter of fact, that will be one of our first songs we'll play when we hook up our software and we start playing. We're able to play together again. Tomoko and I got big plans. Big plans. I'm sorry, Michelle. 3 and 1, cool. Yes, I was thinking. You know, it means, hey, Thad, how old are your children? 3 and 1. Is that possible? Don't you think that's possible? I do. Okay, listen. No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna get. Oh! What was that word you gave me yesterday? I looked it up. Consilience. I think that was it. And I thought it had to do with something about silence. It has to do with the merging of ideas between two different disciplines, 2 different sciences, 2 different art, like art and science. Consilience, the merging of ideas. I didn't know that. Did you? I didn't. I didn't have the slightest idea what consilience meant. Well, you can see there's only one person in my audience tonight. Oh, there's 2. Oh, there's 3. Look down there. There's my wife and Vaughn and Carolyn. All 3 of them.
Nice 3 and 1.
I'm drawing well. Oh, perfect. It fits this lyric perfect. You do 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 so be do do boo boo do do. There's gonna be trouble. I can feel it in the air. The owner's in the corner, giving me a nasty stare. There's gonna be trouble. I can see it in his face. Just 'cause there's 3 people in the place. 3 people in the place. I give him my best excuses. I say, you didn't advertise. He says if I was famous, they'd be here. Oh, the look in his eyes. There's gonna be trouble. And this is where it starts. He's talking to the waiters, handing out the poison darts. There's gonna be trouble. He don't like my music, he don't like my style. He don't like my lyrics, and he sure don't like my smile. He don't like my mama or the whole human race. Just because there's 3 folks in the place. Gonna be trouble. Boss, I'm really sorry. There's no one here tonight. But the moon is full, and all my friends are outside soaking up the light. Pests and vermins roam the streets. Giant dogs run free. And that's the only reason nobody came to see me. There's gonna be trouble. There's a room of empty tables, a room of empty chairs, a room of idle waiters, a room of nasty stares. Candles on the empty tables flicker in the breeze. Won't somebody find a way to end my miseries? Oh, the cook is smiling at me, teeth flashing gold, fondling a butcher's knife so shiny white and cold. People passing by outside with faces dull and vague, looking like they came in from the plague. Oh, the owner's looking out the window, looking oh so glum. He don't like my music, he don't care where I'm coming from. I just better pack my tent and get the hell out of here. The signs are very clear. There's gonna be trouble. Lots of trouble. There's going to be trouble. Whoa. Let's see who else checked in. Let's see who's checked in. Teka, look at you. How are you? Oh, there's a Brazilian singer of extraordinary abilities. Whew. Take a penta. Oh, I wish you could play together. Helmer, Michelle Benson, love it. You guys got to hear Teka sometime. You want to hear something good. Helmer, is it a Rubner bass? No, this little bass here is a little 5/8 bass made by Roma. Handcrafted in Romania. It's a little 5/8 wooden bass, which I use for all emergencies. The crowd isn't growing. That's too bad. I should have advertised. It's just a little 5/8 bass here. Maybe you can, if I step back here, you can take it. Cute, huh? Adorable. And it's nice and light. I mean, I can pick it up like that. Look in it. Woo. I don't dare do that with my other instruments. All 91 of them. Let me see. I missed who I miss. Mike Mann, Hefner, Michelle Benson, Christopher Lentz. Trouble, yes, trouble. Thank you. Les never had trouble. I've had plenty of it. Christian Lanford. Bravo. Thank you, Christian. Christine, excuse me, sorry, it's a little, the type's very small. You are getting better on that bass. Yes, I am. You're right. I practice it every day. And what I found was not to look at it, because it's if I look at the neck, I get all thrown off because it's much shorter. D is, well, I don't know what they call this. They call it, but if I look at the bass, I can't play it because the signs, all the little things you get used to, all the neck and everything. So I just don't look at it. That was luck, but it was good. Bugs, a lot of bugs. But I just, yeah, I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to it. I like it. Just getting to like this instrument. Christine Lansford, Hammerham, sounds great. Thank you. Thank you. It's amazing. It's amazing. This is an iPhone microphone. I'm not even using my really hotsy-totsy, what do you call it, the Shure MV88, because I left it back in New York. Stephen Goldberg, you should see it when it grows up. Yes, it's grown. I'm afraid it's been grown. Okay, so we'll just do that. We'll go back and see everybody. Valerie Leonhart in. Getting very, thank you, Valerie. Very Jane. The trouble is right. Love the song. Oh boy, have I had trouble. But Tomoko and I played for a month down at a place called, what was the name of that place? I can't remember because I've met the memories. I can't remember it. I've now forgotten it, blissfully forgotten it. It was down the east side, and we played 4 nights and maybe had 7 customers. I can't remember the name of it. La Cucaracha is all I can think of, and that wasn't it. I would be glad if it was a La Cucaracha. Did I miss anybody here? Albert Cutson. Maybe the 3-in-1 made things up smoothly. Maybe the 3-in-1 made things up smoothly. Made things up smoothly. I don't know. Al, I don't quite understand that. I always understand you. Big plans, big plans, big. That used to be a brand of oil called 3-in-1. 3-in-1. Yeah, I know, a little 3-in-1. Yeah, I didn't think of that. 3-in-1. Think so? Yeah, probably. Probably had to oil his joints, oil his fingers. 3-in-1. 3-in-1, 3-and-1. Yeah, I think you're right. Absolutely. Bill, I can always count on you for the real stuff. All right, you guys. Oh my God. Yes, I am a change from the chaos in West DC and all over the country. I told everybody earlier that even out here in little Hackettstown, which is just a little teeny town here in western New Jersey, we drove through today and there was a really great protest going on in Hackettstown. Kids on the street, we beeped as we went through and they cheered and screamed and yelled. I mean, I'm thrilled. And I must say, mostly white kids. So that really impresses me. That makes me feel good that white kids are taking this, seem to be taking it very seriously. That's a very hopeful sign. And Vaughn's class today, oh, you should have heard him talking about, they do it like a Zoom meeting, just because school is so screwed up, that they're all meeting, and they were talking about it today, and they were, God bless it, they were insightful and understanding of the whole thing, and compassionate, and take on an awful lot of issues. Anyway, and I, if I thought about it, I wouldn't be able to do anything. But I do think about it, and I still do things. I was thinking about, I thought I had some kind of theme for, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's just get to it. There's just no messing around today. Let me get my pen, and let me get my piece of paper, and let's just come up with, somebody's got to write a song for me. I'm getting tired now. Oops, come back. Oh, don't tell me. Replying to Christopher, hey Jay, you are a much needed change from the chaos in Washington, D.C. at the hands of our dangerous leader, Tim. Yeah, well. Don't get me started about him. What a mess. Anyway. Nocturnal, thank you. Thank you. I'll just write them down here. Nocturnal. 10 words, ladies and gentlemen. Bimbos, aromatic. Oh, gee. All right. Howard, ghastly. Aromatic. Bimbos. Discombobulate. Aromatic. Emoluments. Thank you, Valerie. Emoluments. Tomoko. Goomba. Thank you, Tomoko. Is it gumbo? Goomba, or is it gumbo? I think it's gumbo. I think you probably meant gumbo. If I'm wrong, because I don't know what the hell Goomba is. Let's see, what was before that? Lush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the last word in the thing. Oh, I can't. Ned, crepuscule. I don't know what crepuscule is. Crepuscule, I don't have the slightest idea what that is. I like it, but I'll look it up. Crepuscule. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. Crepuscule. I'll have to pass that and go to Gary Morton is watching. Lugubrious. Well, Stephen, I have to let other words come in. No, that's gumbo. Gambo. Gambo, like violin de gambo? De gambo? Is that de gambo? G-A-M-B. I'll assume it's you're talking viola de gambo. Oh, I know emoluments, Valerie. Valerie, I know emoluments. You think I don't know what emoluments is? So much. Albert Kutzen, schematic. Schematic. Oh. I don't know what crepuscule is, and I'm afraid I can't use it because I just have no idea where to use it. Nocturnal, ghastly, aromatic, bimbos, discombobulate, aromatic, emoluments, gambo, lush, schematic. It was a very dramatic schematic. It was a very dramatic and yet aromatic schematic. Bunch of nocturnal bimbos. Nothing rhymes with bimbos. I can't wait to undiscombobulate. Lastly, it was ghastly. He played a very lush viola da gamba. Not much of a schematic, not very dramatic, and not very aromatic either. Emoluments. So many emoluments.
You doing 10 words?
Pardon me? Yes. Oh, sorry, man. So many emoluments. I can't think of a thing except you're not supposed to take emoluments at certain positions in this government. Unless you're really kind of dense. No emoluments. Making the rest of us tense. Thinking about emoluments. It's a very aromatic and ghastly schematic. Discombobulation, my dear. Discombobulate, discombobulate, discombobulate.
That was 10 words?
What did he create? He created a discombobulate. Yes, it was.
Oh, cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, no. my assistant. You've met my assistant, Vaughn Escaffrey. He's, I can't do anything
Well,
without
wait, I look bald in the sun right here.
Yes.
Look, because the top of my hair is blonde,
Yes,
so I look
You look-
like bald.
yes, you do. There you go. Put your head down. Put your head down next to the top. There you go. There you go. The star. We just did music this afternoon. And he was up here playing the bass, imitating me. It was very
I
funny.
just learned a trick.
What was the trick?
Hold on.
That's nice. Anyway, let's have fun out here. Ghastly. Lastly, aromatic. Too dramatic. Bimbos. Limbo? Yes. There's a lot of bimbos in limbo. Discombobulate. Hard to concentrate. Aromatic. Schematic. Lush. Crepuscule. Crepuscule. What's a crepuscule? Is it something you eat? A small crepe? No, I don't think so. Hello, Vaughn. Yes. Vaughn is bald. Thank you, John. What a great ending. I forgot the ending. I forgot what I did already. I'll look at it. I'll look at the video and burn it. Allie Ryerson. Oh my gracious goodness. Allie, come over. Come on. Blues in F. That's bad flute. I'll stop. That's not good flute. Allie Ryerson, great flutist who played with Joe, other people. She and Joe Beck had a beautiful duo for years. Larry Blumenthal is watching. Hi, Allie. How are you? How are you? I hope everybody's good. I'm out in Western New Jersey today. At a little house we bought 15 years ago. At the height, mind you, at the height of the real estate market. Paid way too much for it. But we thought, I'll buy it and we'll just sell it. No, we bought it here and it's now worth here. But it's a nice place. Be paid for in a year, the hell with it. Oops, I forgot to tape that piece in. I've been taping my music into my folders so the wind doesn't blow them out. So many galaxies and planets do exist. 1,000,000 billion stars out there, astronomers insist. Red stars, blue stars, white stars, supernovae just abounding. The possibilities for life are just astounding. Atoms smashing, planets crashing, nuclear explosions. Giant stars, craters, scars, simple soil erosion. Temperatures on suns that run 10 billion degrees. And a little planet full of birds and bees. Feels too high, let me try it. So many galaxies and planets do exist. Yeah, I like this. 1,000,000 billion stars out there, astronomers insist. Red stars, blue stars, white stars, supernovae just abounding. The possibilities for life are just astounding. Atoms smashing, planets crashing, nuclear explosions. Craters, stars, giant stars, craters, scars, simple soil erosion, temperature on suns that run 10 billion degrees, and a little planet full of birds and bees. But the billions of the stars out in the universe are slowly burning out as their energies disperse. According to my sources, in 100 billion years, the final star will flicker out, fulfilling all our fears. Yes, one day, the final star will simply flicker out, leaving total darkness and cold ash scattered about. God will sit and watch until that final flicker's done. She'll put her feet up on her desk and say, that was fun. Scientists say the universe will simply just contract back onto a little ball amazingly compact. Back onto a pinhead, well, go matter, mice and men. To try it all again. Do-do-do. Ba-bum-ba-do-do. Yes, another big explosion. Another wild ride. A very novel planet cannot be denied. There doesn't seem to be much we can do to change that plan. So do not fret. Live your life. Love your fellow man. Love your fellow man. That's actually an appropriate song today, isn't it? Yes, it is. I think I've got some bugs back here, but I'm allowing them to continue to hang out here. Hey, Nancy, how are you? You can almost hear me acoustically because I'm over in Hope. Hammer Hems, Christian Lenz, Bam Isco. Hi, Nancy. Great to see you. Ray Jaron Hubbard, sounds so good tonight. Well, it's quiet. It's not a lot of wind, and I think, can wind possibly interfere with radio lines? I mean, telephone lines over to wherever that damn receiver is for this phone, because it's quiet. It's peaceful. Brian Glassman, hey Brian. Nancy Winston. Nancy Winston, it's how great. Tim Ratner. Neil deGrasse Tyson has nothing on you. Nothing. I have a lot of science songs. I don't know. I have one about what now you see you're going to put. I have been going through my files recently, and old poems that I wrote that I never wrote songs to. And I'm thinking I'm going to start getting to them. I mean, I write new things, but the old ones that were never put out, they're really kind of interesting. And I've got some new ones. I've got the one about the opera singer who gave me a hard time. I'm working on that, but I work on it a little bit here, a little bit there, but it's making progress. I couldn't figure out how it went, so I just sat down with it. I just sat down with a piece of blank music paper, wrote the first line down, and wrote the melody. That's how Irving Berlin did it. He would write a melody. He couldn't really play great chords. So he would write the melody, and the melody would define how the song went. And you almost couldn't write other chords to it. I believe this is what happened. It's from everything I've read. He played what, in G flat or something like that. He had a piano that everything he wanted to play, he used the keys G flat for some reason. So I started writing this song like that, and it was working. It's working. And I really kind of like it. It simplified itself and became easy. And I was making progress with it because I was almost getting tired of worrying about this piece. But I like it. It's called Crossing the Rubicon. This opera singer and turns out I was subbing for Ron Carter. And what I didn't know is that Ron Carter didn't tell her she wasn't going to be there. They'd obviously had a disagreement with a trio, Grady Tate, a piano player, and Ron Carter. Well, I was now Ron Carter, except I wasn't Ron Carter. She took one look at me and she didn't like me very much. And she wanted me to quit. So she was harassing the hell out of me. I mean, just giving me the hardest time you can imagine. And I played one gig with her and started giving her a hard time myself. And I didn't expect to be rehired. And I wasn't. But it paid nicely. I made one check. Anyway, I hear there's a great big one of those big yellow jackets, the big ones. Big fat ones. They're not the killer hornets, but the big fat. They're kind of chubby, and they're not very aggressive. They're not aggressive at all. If you don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. Anyway, There's a nest down under there, which I don't think I'm going to get rid of. I think I'm going to leave it there. Under this little house behind me, which you can't see. Anyway, that's just my take on nature. I like these bees. We've lived with them a long time, not with the slightest bit of aggression. Big fat. Hey, they're not honeybees. They're not wasps. Hey, look, there's a rabbit. Look. Hey, boo! I see you. Come on. No, don't hurt me. We see you. We see you. Yes. Go ahead. Go where you need to go. I'm going to stay right here. Oh, look, he's eating in the backyard. He's in no hurry. He's gotten very comfortable. I hope you can see him. Yeah, don't scare him at all.
Can you guys see him?
I think so. Can they see him?
He's right
No, they can see him.
there. Oh, he's so cute.
Well, that's 4. I've drawn an audience of 4 now. Very good. So see, stick with it, and things improve. He's just sitting over there eating. He's a wild rabbit. Maybe he's not so wild, but he's sitting there eating the grass. I've never seen that before. Usually they go like crazy.
Yeah, I know. I've seen a few.
What I don't like is when the hawks start flying around overhead looking at the little rabbit. Anyway, he's walking right towards us.
Oh, he's not scared.
He's not scared.
He's coming.
I mean, he is a wild rabbit. This is not a tame rabbit, I think. Well, now wait. The next thing we have to do is don't try to pick him up or do anything like that because I've had animal bites before.
I'm very aware
What?
of that.
Look!
Oh my God.
He's tamed. He's gotten tamed. That's what he is.
Really, no way.
Yeah, he is.
I mean,
He's coming right at us.
But I don't want.
Okay.
What if he bites us?
Well, if he bites us, we off to the hospital we go. Yeah, he's healthy. Sorry, we got a little distracted. He wants to be adopted. That's what he is. He's semi-tame. Baby, let me see you smile. Where is that look I have not seen for a while? Come on now, this is not a murder trial, just life. So let me see you smile. I ain't looking for no phony grin, just a gentle look that lets me in. When you're unhappy, I start feeling down. Oh, baby, where'd you get that frown? Come on, baby, make my day. Splash some pretty colors on those clouds of gray. Come on now, what do you say? Let's chase those blues and chase that rabbit away. Well, we're going to end on the rabbit. Baby, let me see you smile. Where is that look I have not seen for a while? Come on, now this is not murder trial. Come on, let me see you smile. Smile. Come on, baby, let me see you smile. Well, what an adventurous day. I feel like one of those nature shows. All right, listen, great to see everybody. I will see you tomorrow at the same time. I think we're going to be in New York tomorrow, but tune in anyway. I know it's boring. But we'll see what's going on in New York because it's full of protests and semi-riots. So tune in. See you later. Bye-bye.